Keyframes can be used to make things move around your screen, such as text, pictures or videos, stickers and emojis. This is an easy way to make simple animations, and here's how it's done. Start by opening InShot. Go to Video and go to New. As I did in the introduction, you can do a keyframe over the top of your video, but I'm going to use a black background just to make it easier for you to see what's going on. So blank and tick. Let's start with text. So click on text and type in the text that you want. And I want some more space. Let's drag this across a bit. To make the text move across the screen, start by dragging it to where you want it to begin. And line up the white line with where you want the text to start moving. So this one's at the very beginning of the frame. Press keyframe. Now, by the time the text vanishes, which would be here, I want it to be over here. And you'll notice as I let it go, a little green triangle pops up just in there automatically because we've already started keyframes. So because I've moved it, it's worked out what's going on and it's set up a new keyframe there. So we have the ending keyframe there, the beginning keyframe over here. And you can see as we drag through that time, it moves from the beginning keyframe to the ending keyframe like we've set up. Here's how it looks in real time. And there we go. To take them away, just highlight it with the white line so as it's green and press on keyframe minus. And again, keyframe minus. You can also use keyframes to make things get bigger. So I'm going to make it a bit longer here. So if I wanted to start getting bigger at this point, press on the green text in the timeline, press on add keyframe, and you can see that green triangle has disappeared. And by the time it gets to here, I would like it to be much bigger. And because I've started this keyframe, any change I make down here will automatically make a new keyframe. So I want it to be this big by the time it gets to here. And when I let go, the next keyframe will appear. There we go. Isn't InShot clever, making keyframes all by itself? So as we go from one keyframe to the other, it'll get bigger like we have told it to. You can also combine getting bigger with movement if you want to. So maybe when it gets to here, you want it to be up there. So I'm going to move it there. When I let go, it's made a new keyframe. And then at the moment, it's going to gradually work its way back down to the middle where it was originally, unless we tell it to do something else. So maybe when it gets to here, I want it to be down at the bottom. So I've moved it and I let go, that's made a new keyframe. And then it will return back up to the middle because that's where this keyframe was set. So now here's what it does. It moves and gets bigger, it moves down and gets bigger, moves up and gets bigger and returns to the center. And you can do the exact same process with pictures, stickers and emojis and videos. I'll go through these fairly quickly because it's the exact same process as with the text. So press on the tick to go back to the main menu, press on Picture in Picture. I'm going to choose a photo. There we go, Graham Stephan. If you want him to move across the screen, press on plus keyframe there. So maybe a few seconds later on, I'd like him to be over here. So I'll move him over there in the timeline. And when I let go, the keyframe appears. Let's watch. And there he goes. And if you want the picture to get bigger while he's moving, then just move it so as the white line is illuminating the keyframe green. Pinch it to make it bigger. So I want it to be that big when it gets to here. So now it's going to move and get bigger. Like this. Look at that. Now I'm going to show you a sticker. Now I showed you the arrow sticker before. Let's use that one again. Maybe you want the arrow to point to something as it's moving. So press on add keyframe at the beginning of the line here. And maybe by the time it gets to this point, the thing that is following will have gotten to there. So now, because I moved it at this point, it's made a new keyframe at that point. So the arrow will move across those two places like that. There we go. And you can also make the arrow bigger as it goes. Bigger, 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 smaller, smaller. You can do the same thing with a video. So add picture in picture, choose videos. I'm going to choose this lovely time lapse. I wanted the time lapse to appear and to start, but when it's about halfway through, I'd like it to start getting bigger. So I'm going to press on here to highlight it, and then I can add a keyframe here. And then by the time it gets to the end, which is there, I want it to be bigger. I want it to be this big. Because I've made it bigger, it's added another keyframe. So now here's how it looks. Normal size, bigger, 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 and by the time it gets to the end, it is full screen. And you can do the exact same thing with an emoji. So we go to the text. From the text keyboard, we can add emojis here. So maybe we want the fire. Press on the tick, and we can add keyframe. Let's make this one move a lot. So it's going to go up here and get a bit bigger. It's going to go over here and get a bit bigger. And as the timeline moves across, it's going to go over here and get bigger still. Here's how this one looks. Bigger and moving and bigger and moving, and there we go. So now that you can use keyframes to make simple animations, the next thing you'll need to know is how to increase and decrease the speed of your videos. You can find that out right here.